live. Nice. One thing. Welcome, two guys from Guelph. I'm Joe McDowell from the Here to Help team, and this is
Aaron Zukla, also from the Here to Help team in Cole Banker Newman Real Estate.
yeah, and this is our episode 3.
Episode 3 and first take of episode 3, which is kind of cool. So
I know that is good.
Yeah.
So one thing, a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about that's unrelated to real estate is: are you a Gordon Lightfoot fan?
So I would say that I know his music, but do I know it well enough? I would no.
That's the reason I'm asking is because I was watching on the news the other night, and there's a documentary coming out. My mom was a big Gordon Lightfoot fan, and I know you love bluegrass and folk music, so that's what I was thinking. But there's a documentary, so I don't know when it's airing, but I definitely think you should check it out.
I will most definitely watch that. On that note, Corey Sovereign, hi. On that note, I watched the Shawn Mendes documentary on Netflix.
Just throwing me for a
I'm telling you, it's brought a tear to my eye. I'm not gonna lie. When he found out that he sold out the Rogers Center. Yeah. Anyways, I'm into music, as Joe said, and love it. But I will definitely check that out.
Like
Canadian icon.
Yeah, some of the cool things I didn't realize how close he was to Bob Dylan.
Right. Yeah.
So he was talking about like Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And what the Edmund Fitzgerald, the song.
I do. Yeah.
So he's talking about like how he sang that to Paul Simon, I think.
Yeah.
Before, just in his house, he's like, oh yeah, I should sang that to him before anyone else in the world got to hear it. So it's pretty cool. I think you'd like that.
Good. Well, I think as far as kind of starting this podcast off, I know that we just found out that we're going to be going into another 28-day lockdown.
So we're the right distance apart.
Yeah, right distance apart. But so as far as, I know it's going to be tough and trying on a lot of people. I know that the first round in March, beginning of April, was definitely kind of the unknown and uncertainty. Yeah. So I know I'd like to obviously take this opportunity to wish everybody all the best over the next upcoming holidays and 28 days. Be safe. Not to really get into too much business as far as during that, but know that that we have lots of clients that are still actively looking, wanting to sell in the new year, and we are classified as an essential service. So if there's anything that comes up, whether it's questions or if you are one of our clients looking to purchase a home, like there are ways that we can still facilitate that. And I know that I just joined the team prior to the first round, and definitely the team was set up during that time frame to show virtually. I know Allison did 2 deals virtually, just a different time, but know that we're set up to still do business. But once again, I think first and foremost, stay safe, and we're here if you need us for sure.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. I was just going to say there's a formula that many realtors know, but we're well versed in the formula of moving things virtually and how that looks. Whether it's you can contact any of us, and we will make sure that we're following all the precautions and do virtual walkthroughs. Yeah. You don't have to purchase a house sight unseen. Like there's certain things that we can do to make sure that if you're one thing would be like this is a really important time to look at, like, is this a need or a want?
Correct.
So maybe we just stick with if you need to move in this time, then it's a good time to do it. But like doing FaceTime with your client and understanding that you will get to see the house before you have to make a
final
commitment.
decision. Yeah, but I think it's just and I think it really goes more towards the the clients that we're currently working with, right? That need to move. They need to move regardless of what's happening out there. They need to move. So I think we're definitely set up for that. Outside, I know you've been in the car quite a bit looking for an investment property. Yeah. So you've done a couple videos with that. Yeah. How's your week been, I guess?
Yeah, well, earlier on last week we went to, actually I don't even remember what day
St.
that was. We went to St. Catharines, and it's definitely it's nice because by being able to go into those communities, it really changes it from it's easy for me to say that I know what the numbers are in those communities and that they can cash flow, but to be able to get boots on the ground, and physically be there. We've been able to see some neighborhoods that I would say just because they cash flow doesn't mean that you want that neighborhood. Like a lot of homes have security cameras out front, and it just seems like it would be more of a hassle to own those than it would be
Right.
worth. So you might make more money, but your tenant management will, in my opinion, would take up a lot of your time.
And I guess in saying that, like if you go back to kind of the state, and if that's what you're seeing as a camera, it's like there obviously there are investors that have the mindset that is okay because that's where they live and where they own.
Yeah.
And I think you brought up a good point, Joe, that I didn't even think of before. It's like you're physically driving there because you don't know the market.
Yeah.
Rather than having a friend or a buyer thinking, hey, we've got some capital, but can't really afford Guelph, let's say right now, because we really want the cash flow and not just break even.
Yeah.
And let's go to. But now that you've been in that area, you can speak.
Yeah, we're starting to dial it in a little bit more to be able to say, like, so I've gone to St. Catharines 3 times now, so I'm feeling like I have a pretty firm understanding of the neighborhoods that I would want to stay away from,
right?
Versus neighborhoods that I think you're probably gonna make less in cash flow, but it's gonna be a higher quality rental property.
Have you found another agent in that area too that you might bounce ideas off of, or because I know I've done that in the past too, whether it's say Brantford or somewhere that I'm not anywhere really that I don't know the market, and try and get a hold of whether it's another colo banker or somebody from a different brokerage,
right?
Just to get an idea of that area, right?
Yeah.
He or she.
No, but that's definitely I agree with that idea. Just to because you're right, because they're going to be able to find things that maybe are pocket listings, or maybe they're going to be able to tell you, listen, this is happening.
Right.
The city hall the council is about to pass this bylaw, and this is going to be a game changer because of these reasons.
Right.
So absolutely, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. And speaking of changes, and I know this is going to be another, hopefully another episode. Joe reached out. Was it to somebody yet?
Yeah, Abby Watts. I'm hoping.
Abby, if
someone
you're
send this, if anyone knows Abby Watts, tag her in this live so that she knows we really want to do, and we'll do everything safe.
Yeah.
We'll do like a Zoom talk.
Yeah.
But we'd love to just pick her brain.
And regarding what? Going to kind of
carriage houses and accessory structures that have just passed it had done Royal Ascent a while ago, and now it's now I'm fairly certain that it's concrete now.
Yes,
it's
probably it'd be really cool to see what the guidelines are, because owning, like, kind of, if you take a look at like the property that I have, standard 1,000 square foot bungalow, 50 by 100 and whatever, 15, 20 foot lot.
Yeah,
I have the space to have that outdoor space, right? Which is which I thought about in the past, because now with the legal 1 bedroom underneath me, like, I wouldn't mind an outdoor space to jam, because it's not as easy to do with tenants underneath me. But he's also a great musician. But anyways, I think that's super cool to get a feel for what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But if Abby is out there and wants to help out,
someone tag her.
I see. Are people asking us questions, or are they just joining?
They're probably just joining.
Okay.
Ian Reed. Looking forward to some music over the holidays, buddy. So the secondary dwelling is definitely a cool concept that hopefully we can touch base on in the new year.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, the potential is there that if you find something like, so right now there's a lot of properties in Guelph that you can cash flow, but it would be so much nicer to have just a little bit more of a buffer.
Yeah.
And if you look at, I was talking to Kelly Arnold, who's definitely the one on our team that knows the most about construction and renovation and stuff like that. So I was picking his brain just to get an idea of what to expect to build
like a
secondary structure. And if you look at the cost of building that secondary structure versus the income or the revenue that it's going to bring in, I think it's a no-brainer to me as an investor, because you've already paid for the land. The land's already paid for. So if you can add more revenue to that existing land, do it up.
Yeah, and a lot of some of the older, like the Ward and that too, where you've got wider, deeper lots, would lend themselves for that, like that purpose, right? So that's kind of exciting. So about that.
Actually, I just found a lot. There's a piece of land on Niska.
Okay.
That I wanted to see. I want to see if that would work.
Right.
Because it's a nice little piece of land.
Yeah, and great area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're kind of just freestyling here as far as. Didn't really have too much of a concept or plan, but that's.
I know what I wanted to talk. Again, I'll be the one. Hopefully, I want to take the role of like the derailer. I want to derail this conversation as quickly as I can. But so I took my son.
Yes.
He had to get new snowboard boots.
Yeah.
Which everyone in our family is pretty bummed out about the fact because we have season passes to Chicopee this year.
Yeah.
But we can't.
Yeah.
It's not going to be covered under the lockdown, so we got to find alternative plans.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I went and took Benson to Paramount Sports.
Yeah.
And we bought great people there.
Lee.
Yeah.
Becky.
Yeah.
Ward. Yeah.
It's awesome. They're super knowledgeable.
Yeah.
They sat down and we got Benson some new snowboard boots.
Yeah.
So we're trying on snowboard.
I could probably use
boots.
his old ones.
we were trying on snowboard boots, and he's trying them on, and he's not really giving me any answers. And then all of a sudden, he realizes that the bottom on one pair lights up. Like
Get out!
It flashes.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. Like there could have been like razor blades in the bottom of those boots. He's like, no, these ones.
Tax.
Yeah. And he's like, these are the ones.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
But that reminded. So they still have. I was looking at some of their new snowboards.
Yeah.
Arbor.
Yeah, Arbor. Yeah. Canadian brand.
They're really nice boards.
Beautiful.
But the one that I really wanted wasn't there. But the Warpig is still there.
It's hands down.
Yeah.
Great board.
What do you like? Why? I know why I like it. Why do you like it?
I think just as far as because that one there I think is a one. Is it in the 40s? High 40s or low 50s?
Low 50s, I think.
Anyways, it's just basically I would look at it and I don't know a lot about snowboarding anymore because it's been years since I've been out of it, but kind of like when the parabolic ski came out, like shorter ski and fatter.
Yeah.
Just it's such a small, compact board that you wouldn't think you could go to, like, you could ride it cat skiing.
Yeah.
Or just at Blue Mountain. Like it's just a versatile board.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies are building them, but that was a good derailer.
Yeah. I know. And then so I borrowed your Warpig one year. You were nice enough to lend it. This guy will give you the shirt off his back.
Yeah.
But I borrowed
not right now.
But I borrowed it from you.
Yes.
And I took it to J Peak.
Yeah.
And it's just your comfort level on your transitioning from heel to toe edge it's just a nicer transition with your carving. And
for you and your size and like height, I mean, and I rode the same board. Like when you're looking down, it just must have felt like small.
Yeah, I didn't know how it was gonna work, but I just like confident. It's such a confidence builder. Like I was riding. I can still ride Black Diamond hills, but just I'm still like nervous. But with that board, I was like hitting side hits and just it didn't phase you. I like that board a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to head out west at all? Like, well, I mean, like later on in this kind of spring.
Yeah, I think what we'll do, like, there's another property that I like at Big White right now that I'm crunching the numbers on. To see if I want to purchase that one.
So I want to stop you. So if anybody that is listening, even if it's one or two or three or four people, if you ever have thought about that investment outside of I don't want to say your comfort zone, but just out west, a perfect example, like at a resort, like the Concept, reach out to Joe. I mean, they own two now at Big White, and as far as cash flow and what they're doing for you, it's amazing. So
absolutely,
that's the other thing too, to kind of, we want to be, top of mind when it comes to real estate. And if you have any questions regarding that, like just owning something out of the province, Joe is definitely somebody that you want to chat with.
Yeah,
for sure.
I appreciate that too, because one of the things like we've built, because we've owned it for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
But during that time, we've built relationships with people. So we've built relationships with cleaners. Yeah. And we've built relationships with
property management. Like you just set it and forget it.
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone has thought about it and just wants, I don't want to say have their hand held, but if they want some support during that process, we've already built relationships with people that we like, know, and trust, and we can definitely guide them through that, and as well as help them manage it afterwards.
It's like, what's your cap rate on one of them? Like, it's for you, your cap rate out there is very healthy, isn't it?
So the one I haven't paid attention to in a while, but so we have one that's a short-term rental.
Yeah.
And I haven't paid attention to what the cap rate of that one is this year. But the one that we have that we rent to staff, that one, the cap rate is, I know the cash on cash is 10% on that one. So that's, so we invested, with our initial investment of our down payment,
Yep.
we're making 10% on the down payment.
Really?
So
Yeah.
and so and that's one of the things that I'll look at. Like I'm always looking at whether or not do I want to invest my money in the stock market,
Sure.
or do I want to invest it in real estate,
Yeah.
or some other avenue. And for the past I don't know how many years, it's just real estate just
Yeah.
makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Just because of your ability to leverage that.
And this is coming
investment.
from a person that does both, as far as kind
Yeah,
of,
the ability to just leverage that investment
Yeah.
and do you like. I don't recommend using the
Yeah.
money to
Yeah.
buy crazy stuff, but you can
Yeah.
once you
Yeah.
leverage that investment,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want with
Yeah.
that cash. Whereas if you have stock
Yeah.
in a margin account,
Right.
you can just buy more
Right.
stock,
Right. Yeah.
so you're limited by that.
And these are our opinions.
Yeah, just our opinions.
That's the disclaimer. Brandon Leonard.
Hey, Brandon.
Brandon, you got any questions?
No, so you're asking if
Yeah.
we're gonna go. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I want to go back out this summer. I bought myself a bike. I fell in love with downhill mountain
Yeah,
biking. Like I
yeah.
really want you to come.
Yeah.
We got to do like a guys trip.
Yeah.
And we'll just maybe a team. I don't want to
Yeah.
like say it's only
Yeah.
the guys, but
Yeah.
we got to do a trip.
Yeah.
Out there so you
Yeah.
can try
Yeah.
downhill mountain biking.
Yeah.
Because I think
That'd be yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd love
Dad
it.
joke.
Yeah. Anybody who knows me knows if you give me enough time, I'll start talking about downhill mountain biking.
Could be worse things, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess as far as Amanda's off for a little bit now,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna kind of keep the kids preoccupied and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started. I got Benson and Elgin these tiny little coding computers to
Yeah.
learn how to code.
oh no way.
Yeah, so we've been doing fun little
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah.
Like we made an inchworm.
Yeah.
And got it so you get a little motor and
Yeah.
and the inchworm will move.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What are you doing for
Just staying close to home. My brother's out in Eden Mills and my dad's out there too, so I'll see them maybe kind of Boxing Day. But yeah, just once again play lots of music and hang out. I think.
Yeah, like you haven't done. Sorry to cut you off, but you haven't been able to do your Monday nights.
Yeah, I haven't done anything live for a while. Yeah, at Fixed Gear. So once that kind of the outdoor season was done, when it got colder, we switched to Sundays.
Yeah.
Mike let us do that. And then the big thought was where they moved into a new. They still have the Elma Street, but
Yeah.
they have a new location, which is great setup for live music. So I think we'll get back into that next summer. for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely, and that you
Yeah.
can just segue into
Yeah.
helping local restaurants and stuff like that. That'd be
Yeah.
great. I'm sure that I'm talking out of turn here, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that Mike probably has some sort of delivery option.
Yeah, and I think their takeout. I think that's how that still
Takeout,
works. Right?
yeah.
Yeah, their takeout option is still there and great food. So I know there's lots of talk about support local. I know that we on the team definitely do throughout the city, whether
Yeah.
it's charitable and just But I think that's. So as far as setting stuff up for episodes to come, like I said, if you have anybody, if you're listening, you have any other questions or anything you might want us to talk about, feel free to drop us a line. And outside of that, was there anything else really other than be safe and?
Yeah, I think we just really wanted to throw it out there to people that are listening right now, if they have, because we have if you're watching this re-recorded
Yeah.
or recorded, we have Instagram Live going right now. So we'll throw it out there. Does anybody have any questions of what it's going to look like during the lockdown? If you're in need of purchasing a house, or if you're in need of selling your house, maybe we could throw that
Yeah.
out there and see if anyone has any questions. Like you said, Allison sold 2 homes during the initial phase 1
Yeah.
or wave, the
Yeah.
first wave.
Yeah.
I was able to help a client as well purchase a condo.
Right.
And just the fact that that we can transition really quickly. So I mean, if that's something, if you are in need of selling your
Yeah.
house and you're worried about, how's that gonna look?
Yeah.
Don't worry, because it's not old news to
No.
us, but we
But
know we
unfortunately
can
been through it.
transition quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. All the best over the upcoming holidays to you and your loved ones. We'll try and slide another one in before the new year. If not, we'll see you beginning of January. Our phones are on. It doesn't have to be about real estate either. I know these are definitely trying times as far as just simply mental health goes, and I feel fortunate that I definitely have anxiety sometimes as far as just with life. But I know if I've got people that are very close to me that are definitely it's hard on them. So I know any one of us on the team, our phones are always on. It does not have to be about real estate. It's just simply reach out, because I know that means a lot to people that are maybe alone at this time, that can't see their family members. So extended family, whether it's a FaceTime, Zoom call, or a coffee. I've been known to have a beer before, and outside of that, yeah.
One thing that I did want to mention, obviously not during the lockdown, but we will as a team continue to do trips to investment cities that we feel would be good markers for investments. So maybe what we can do is do a little throw it out there to let people know what area we're going to, and if you have any interest of finding out more, let us know, and we can make sure we take some videos, or we can let you know what the financials of the properties are that we find. As well as, because we have boots on the ground, we're able to tell you neighborhoods that we feel you should stay away from, and neighborhoods that we think are up and coming, as well as neighborhoods that are prime right now for investing. So why don't I do that? I'll try to send a message out to let people know when we're going to go check out good investment spots.
Bam. Always a pleasure.